Hello and welcome to Bay 1. This is Drafel Moraxi doing a quick overview of the hotfix for Rise of the Walkers. It's patch version 0.7.859. Let's just make sure I actually get the channel muted there in case you start getting myself speaking over myself. Anyway, so yeah, they just delivered a hotfix, or FeeJam just delivered a hotfix that addresses some big concerns, and there's no doubt going to be some whining and stuff like that, but you know, this is game development, it's inevitable. Overall, I pretty much approve of the changes. Probably the biggest one is going to be that boss battles are back. They're set on a 24-hour timer, although when you log in for the first time, you're going to be randomly assigned a time anywhere between 0 to 24 hours. That's just to try and distribute the load on the boss battles, and also the minimum cap for being a boss is now tier 8 instead of tier 7. Biggest change, and it was I will admit, even though I designed bots around this, it was a little bit broken. The nano disruptors no longer auto-target enemies. So now you have to manually target enemies to deal any damage, which that's not really such a bad thing. The biggest problem with nano disruptors is that they were going directly for the pilot seat, but actually they're more effective when you manually target their guns and things like that because of the point accuracy. So yeah, it's easy to still use them to strip off weapons and stuff, but you can no longer just go for a straightforward pilot pop. But what they have done in return for that is they've improved the targeting algorithm on nano disruptors against allies. So let me actually switch to my Medibot, which is my preferred design, and queue up, and you'll be able to see exactly how this works. It will no longer attempt to target or heal an ally, which is already 100%. And supposedly they've improved the targeting for multiple damaged allies, so you won't necessarily be have so many problems trying to repair multiple bots at once. The healing rate has also been increased. At tier 10 it's substantially increased by about 25%. Tier 7 it's been improved a little, but not so much. And if you ignore the chat in the bottom left corner of the screen on this stream, you will ignore the promo code that someone's giving out, because there's like a hidden Easter egg in the patch notes. In terms of plasma damage, that's been reduced. Oh, I missed the other part of the nanos. You now get a healing assist for healing more than 5% of an allied bot, but you'll only get one for ally, and of course the game connection failed. And actually, I think I'm still not showing the screen anyway, so let's actually fix this first. There we go, turn off the watermark and all this kind of stuff. Restart the game. Yeah, this is an issue that hasn't been fixed yet, the crashing. Alright, and I am using the Steam client, so that really shouldn't be an issue. Let's turn off the patch notes thingy. Yeah, let's continue talking anyway. So, yeah, you get the assist for healing more than 5% of an ally, but you can only get one time per player per game. Plasma damage has actually been decreased by 10%, and the radius has been decreased to actually match the weapon effect. I'm actually in favor of that one because I'm really tired of being one-shot by plasma on bots that really should not be destroyed in that manner. There was a bug with rails which were preventing them from doing damage on occasion, and map ceiling heights have also all been adjusted to be uniform. So The ceiling height on the Mars 3 map, which is the newest Mars map with the mushrooms in the middle, that is the same ceiling height that's now going to be there for all of the other maps, so it's a little bit lower. There are also some new country badges for various countries, I think for France and South Korea. And there's also a new robot in the Robo Shop, so let's go to the Robo Shop. We'll get to the medic side of things in a minute. So everyone's probably already seen the Scorpion, which the Scorpion is an interesting design. The tail is as weak as anything, so that's, you know, you basically have to put another string of armor all the way up the tail for it to really even attempt to be effective. But you're actually better off just putting the column straight up there. Anyway, but the new one is, no, it's not the Apache. So there's, is it the Scarab? This one. So it's a flyer. It's used in the. It's a pretty common body design now. It's, in terms of overall looks, it's not that bad. It's got some legs for latching onto things. But the obvious first problem I see is that the top and the bottom electroplates all anchor onto the same block. That's kind of a critical weakness for any electroplate design, because if this bottom electroplate gets blown off, the anchor block for the top one also gets blown off, so you lose both sides. So probably one of the first modifications I would make would be offsetting the top and bottom rows on that. But yeah, that just requires a little bit of reworking, and it's not a huge issue, but it's a interesting looking design. I'm not going to buy it because I don't really have that much GC. Yeah, in terms of other changes, oh yeah, these the legs have been modified a little bit so that when you press space, providing and you've got legs on, providing you hold it down, the legs will stay retracted, so it'll enable you to jump off the ground a little bit easier for flyers and things like that instead of getting locked down. And it'll also help with hovercrafts, preventing them from getting stuck. Because that was a common problem with my hovercraft using legs. I'd be going around the thing, having space press, and the legs keep trying to latch onto everything. Really annoying, and you end up flipping. The other one is, that's anything else that's important on this. Fix some mat issues, placement issues with electroplates, fix some alignment and sizing issues with the bounding boxes, so placement should be more consistent. Some description errors, and there's also a secret code for getting a cosmetic item. Of course, I've already got the code. So you get this little breach badge. It's more or less a picture of the Robo Bay on a badge. But don't give that away to people. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to give that away in here. Look through the patch notes, see if you can work it out for yourself. But yeah, anyway, let's go and actually see exactly how the nanos have changed. That's providing I can get into a game without the client crashing again. Overall, it's a good patch, I think. There's not anything that I can particularly take issue with. Oh yeah, it's going to take a while because there's no servers free. I haven't really tried the boss battles out yet because I'm still waiting another 13 hours before I can queue up for those. Although I have played one once with my nanobot and I did probably ridiculously well. I died in the end, but it was left with me and one other player, and they stripped off my last nano. But that won't be anywhere near as easy anymore. In terms of other things, oh, they've improved the queuing somewhat, supposedly. Although, given that I cannot get into a game, maybe not. Queue times are supposed to be reduced, and 1 minute on. Yeah. Maybe at a lower tier this will work. that, or I can try requeuing. Although it loses my position. There's 160 people at tier 10 waiting to queue up. Yeah, I think there's just not enough servers spun up at the moment to get into a game. So, yeah, how about no? Let's try this in practice mode instead. So let's try and find some of these things. Hold down the auto target. Nope, doesn't work. So it's all focused on there. Okay, definitely confirm that auto-targeting no longer works on enemies. Let's see if I can actually switch to my T4 Nano and get into a game from there. There might be a chance. Yep, still no servers free. And the battles today number has changed. It's dropped. Yeah, I think there's some initial teething issues with this. I'm probably going to leave you there and do another re-evaluation this evening. But thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.